environment the child is
Mm.
brought up in, it is just a habit which is means developed by the child.
Madam, we are discussing
Emotional
about
blackmailing. Emotional
He has
blackmailing
learned.
is he has learned. So yeah, if anybody is practicing emotional blackmailing, it's a gain for him. Anybody is with the emotional reasoning is actually suffering.
No, it is not a game, means they are doing intentionally. Always we cannot say that, because when it is a habit of the child, it is, if it is an behavioral issue for the child, or it is an permanent type of habit he have developed, we have to take a look on that, what it is. But it is totally different from emotional reasoning. In emotional reasoning, what we are doing is, this is a distortion when we are reasoning that means we are believing, like sir told, that there is no evidence. I feel like this means this will happen, means I feel anxious, and so something wrong is going to happen. When, like the example in the traffic, like I am stuck in the car, I am feeling that something bad will happen, means something bad will happen. There is no evidence that I will meet with an accident or something dangerous will happen. But as I am feeling that, I believe it, totally believe it, ki that will happen. Means my heart is dominating my brain. In this case, this happens. In emotional reasoning, we can say my heart is dominating my brain. All my feelings are dominating. Means I cannot. Means I don't want to look for any evidence. What I am
Got it,
only.
Susmita.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, got it. So if you just look at that, suppose if somebody is blackmailing, he might say, if you don't give me this, others please, can you mute who is ever is not. So my thing is, if somebody says, no, if you don't give me this, I'm not going to come back home, or I will commit suicide. So what is happening by that is, the person who is targeted, he is actually getting emotionally is influenced. Emotionally is getting reasoned out, saying that, oh, it may become true, so let me fulfill his wish. May happen.
Yes,
That's what I
yes,
felt.
that may happen if the
Yeah.
other person is emotionally blackmailing me. Then I may have certain emotional reasoning. Okay, if I don't fulfill that, then something bad may happen. Because I'm feeling that, again this feeling will come na, ki means I'm predicting my future on the basis of my feeling, what my gut feeling is saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question here, sir. Okay, just remember, I wanted to ask it. It is not related to actually this. What do you mean by gut feeling? Gut feeling.
Means what we feel within, like what we have in from. This is a casual term we use. What what we feel deeply from inside, like something bad will happen. This is not a psychological term.
Actually, practically, it will that feeling generate at the gut portion, that is the stomach portion.
The gut feeling is entirely built up from our earlier experiences. Whatever we have within us, with that we'll come out and say, yes, it might be this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Isn't it? So gut feeling is basically out of our experience, whatever we have done till now. Suppose if you say, for example, I have till now I've got 90%, say for example, in all the examinations. For this particular up to 10th standard. See, in 11th standard, what happens? Somehow, I didn't put that much of effort. I didn't study that much as I was doing for the last 10 years. But my gut feeling says I will get first class. Because I've been all along, 90% I'm getting it. My gut feeling, I will say somewhere definitely with my whatever, the way I am studied, the way I have understood the concepts, somewhere around 60 to 70, 80, somewhere around that I'll get gut feeling, even though I don't commit for 90. Is that true or not, Sushmita? Is that the gut feeling?
Yes, exactly, sir. I completely agree with you, and we can relate this with emotional reasoning. That I am feeling I will get 99% marks means I will get 99% marks. I don't bother how is the question paper will come, or how much I have studied, or means what I am not least bothered about my own preparation, but I have corely I am believing. I feel I will get the 99% marks means I will get 99% marks. With this
what is the
difference?
Okay, what is the difference between gut feeling and intuition?
Gut feeling and intuition. Intuition, probably even without your previous experiences, something in it comes to mind and then you tell it might happen.
Yes, yes.
You have not experienced anything before till now, probably. Not ever, you're even without experiencing anything, probably out of nowhere, I don't know, somehow. See, because in the previous, by your intuition means without having the experience, you have guessed something and it happened. Now you'll gain that confidence. Like by just guessing, even though I've not understood, even though without knowing anything, I simply, last time it worked. This time also that intuition is, you start believing it somehow. This is my, like a layman I'm answering, I don't know how to psychologically or
in examination, sometimes we don't know the answer, but due to some intuition, we write something and it works out true, or it works out the correct answer. That may also be the thing.
Generally, what I do is if I have time in examinations, I don't leave any questions.
Yeah, yeah.
I keep writing.
We write something related to that, using some terms related to that. So,
True, true.
So,
okay.
Sushmita madam, can you put some more light on these cognitive distortions?
Cognitive distortions means which one, sir?
No, they're just what I have covered. Might be I have just these two I have taken from the Google and I have just studied it and presenting it. Anything more? Since you are an expert, like
you have covered extensively.
Yeah, you have actually covered very well, sir. Nothing to add. If you can, if you are asking me to summarize this three, then I can do that. Otherwise, you have covered it wonderfully. It was
okay,
much
no
more
problem.
clear.
You can summarize it, madam, and even Payal madam may summarize it because I am recording, so I can share the recording. So that will be more. Will be this thing. If you, madam, you and Payal madam. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody again?
Sir, I have a question.
You can summarize.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
May I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
I put it in the chat box. See, may I know something more about mind reads? What is a mind read actually?
See, mind read means you have a boss. At some situation, boss should be strict. He might have scolded you in some situation. You come to the conclusion that he doesn't like me. And he says something and you take it negatively. That is, you are reading his mind. Even you just by his facial expression, he may be upset for something, but you think that he comes in front of you. You think that because of me he is upset and he may not like me, something like that. That is, once we see somebody, we try to read his mind, and based on that we come to a conclusion whether he likes me or dislikes me or something like that. That happens a lot of time because of our prejudices and a lot of other things.
So is it the faulty perception of mind? Faulty perception, we can say?
Yeah, faulty.
Yes, very much. It's a distortion.
It's a faulty perception.
Okay. So
it's basically distortion, right? It's a distortion.
Yeah,
I read somewhere that it is a mind read is a fact behind the statement. Suppose I read a dialogue between a boy and a girl. The girl said, "I cheated," and the boy said, "Do you think I love you? I too cheated." So the girl said, "I was talking of my exam." So she didn't know the fact behind the statement. The boy know the fact behind the statement and he reacted.
Correct.
Half listening is dangerous. Reacting based on the half listening is a kind of mind reading only.
It is jumping to conclusions.
Okay. As far as I know, mind read is we have to know the fact behind the statement. As far as I know. So
Manju, Manju ma'am, the one which you gave example of this person saying I'm cheating, that is basically more into jumping to conclusion.
Okay.
For example, husband comes drunk to his home and his wife opens the door. She doesn't say anything, but in his mind only, he mind reads. She may scold me or she may be angry with me, something like that. So that is also a kind of mind reading. She may not tell anything because she knows he is a habitual drunkard. So she might have given up on him, but still that feeling will be there in the husband's mind. So that is also kind of mind reading. Even before the other person is saying something, you read his mind and come to the conclusion.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So, yeah, when the wife opens the door, then the husband will still get scared. Oh, she's already ready.
Maybe.
Already prepared. Okay.
This is
Nice
actually when
example.
we are saying, yes, so this was a good example. And this actually, when we are saying mind reading in terms of distortion, it is already an error in our thought. Means it is an irrational thought. And mind reading is linked with like, I know, I think, like these statements. Before, without any evidence, we don't have any valid evidences, but we feel, we state or fortune tell like, I know this will happen, or I know she is going to react like this. Like the husband is already telling me, I know how my wife will be reacting after she opens the door. This goes like this.
Okay, I wanted to put something more important here. Actually, mind reading is scientific, and there are mind readers who can read your mind just by your expressions, just by asking your few questions. So this part is there in NLP, where there are some questions you can ask to the people and get the information from his mind. Whatever he
that's true. Very true.
So that is also
what
mind
is
reading. It's a science.
Yeah, correct.
Yes,
What you said right.
Yeah,
yes,
recently, recently
yes,
I have seen an advertisement.
Okay. Wait. Somebody, I will give a verdict. I will give. Wait, sir. Sushmita will speak.
Okay.
Yes. That is why I mentioned first means if we are talking about mind reading in terms of cognitive distortion, then this is error in thinking. But if the other side you have thrown some light, there are scientific questions, and when we actually read the mind of the other.
Yeah. Since the context was with the cognitive distortion, so we took it negatively and then explained.
Yeah.
The very. Go ahead.
Okay. See, I have seen a Facebook advertisement. One person claims to be, he conducts a 6 days WhatsApp training. He teaches you mind reading. And he is, he shows a video. According to him, he is nationally recognized and internationally recognized. He has addressed something like that. So, like a trainer.
Yeah,
he
many
teaches
people
you to read mind.
Yeah.
So I think I have that link. I will share it in the group.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. So coming back to these cognitive distortions, the very reason why we are discussing all these things, cognitive distortions, in very much detail, because this will help when we sit with the client. Because when they are coming up with the thought records, when we are discussing with their cases, when we frame and reframe, all those things will keep happening. This will really help. That's why we are going into detail. And after this, how many more are left, Sushmita? Distortions?
So more or less we have covered only one is left. Yes, only one is left. The last
that can be clubbed with next session. Any topic.
Yes.
What is the next topic planned?
So that techniques we will be we haven't finalized the situation. I have sent all the techniques. Now we have to cut short that.
No, that's okay. But what I'm asking is, immediately do we have a topic already confirmed what is going to be next? Not the speaker, but at least the topic.
Topic is on this techniques.
Which technique?
So which technique we have not decided.
Not decided.
Because
okay. So that we'll do it offline. Okay.
Yes. You can see the list here.
Okay. No, these all things are covered, sir. The last one only is left. Yes. All these are done.
Yeah,
only the last one that.
Control fallacies.
That will cover next time.
Yes, only that one is left.
Control fallacies is left. So when the next session we decide on which technique to take up, along with that we can just club this control fallacies. Maybe in 10 minutes we can finish up and then take the thing. So because what is happening, there's a lot of theory. There's no doubt about it. Lots of theory is there, but we need to quickly get into the practical aspects as well. So let's offline now. Everybody contribute. What should we take up on the technique? And then if any speakers, just put it out in the group. Let's see if anybody comes up.
Sir, I have shared one PDF which contains 100 case studies. So
yeah,
every
but before
day,
that,
2 case studies we can choose.
yeah.
So like a 20-minute session for one, 40-minute session for one, something like that. And we can try to explain whatever
Yeah,
knowledge
but
we have
yeah,
got.
that is very true. That will be very useful. What you have sent, you are sending a beautiful, documents. That is very helpful. Thank you. What is that? And what I'm saying is, before getting into the case studies, actually, let's look at what is there in the techniques, because let's get a awareness about the techniques. Just brief about those things, and then we'll start immediately the case studies. Because what happens is it is like a life coaching. We know how to coach, but we should know which are the different styles available. So those techniques we'll understand. What is that, Sushmita? Should we, in brief now, let's go through the techniques and then take up the cases? Or
Yes,
should
sir,
we take it
exactly.
in parallel?
Because many of means I don't know about the group means
Yeah,
they
many
will be
people will
comfortable
not
with
be
this
aware.
or that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sir, in that
we
case studies, the solution is also given.
Now, what will happen now? If the case study solution is given, then it's a ready-made. Then people will not learn much. So what happens now? Everything ready-made is available. No, then there won't be any effort. Okay. Probably we can compare. What we can do is we can take up a case studies, just 1 or 2 from that, and then we know the techniques, and then we take up where there is no solution given, and then we'll just discuss on that. People can give different perspectives. Okay, so next session we'll come up with which is the topic, and then we'll arrange and communicate. Thank you, Patel sir. It was excellent.
Thank you.
As always, you're rocking. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Sir, I was just willing to share something before we go on for the techniques. Means for our self-learning, when even before working with the clients, if we start experimenting on our own selves, like what are our core beliefs? Let's find out that. What are our cognitive distortions? Let's find out that. So what are the intermediate beliefs we are following? So when in the last session also I shared this, if we are aware of our own self in a much better way, we can make our clients more aware of their selves.
Yeah,
so
we'll be able to, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like when we will, before starting the technique, this we can take as a homework for ourselves. And when we are doing when we are starting with the techniques, parallelly we can use those techniques in our lives. Means we will be using those tools in our day-to-day life. Like sir has given already that thought record sheet. Many of the other techniques we will be learning, and we will be experimenting on our own self before we are means dealing with some other clients. So I guess it will be a great learning when we experiment with our own selves.
Yeah. See, somebody in a CBT as a client comes and says, the moment I see a rope, I get scared so much thinking that it's a snake which is going to bite me and immediately I will collapse. Isn't it? For us, if we are not aware what is core belief, suppose if we ourselves have that particular core belief or similar to that, then we will be able to appreciate the emotional turmoil that a client is undergoing. Isn't it? So that's why a very good point Sushmita mentioned. Yes, we should actually list out as a homework, everybody, whoever is there here. You can also put it up in the group, Sushmita, just 2-liners, couple of lines on this so that people can do it. Whoever wants to, interested, can list out on their own. No need to make it public if they're not required. So let them do as a homework, which will help us when we sit with the clients. So if that is done, then it will be easy for us. That's a good point, Sushmita. Thank you. Well done. Sushmita and Payal are driving this mainly, arranging, coordinating, planning. They are driving this. It's very nice. So nice. They're taking initiatives.
The last day you were not there, and many of the participants are today also new. So I have I shared about Dr. David Burns' experiences, which I have seen in a YouTube video. So I will again repeat that because I really loved that. He said in that there is a difference between a technician and a healer. As a healer, we can find out, can we use these tools on our own selves? Can we practice what we preach? And again, he quoted, I kind of believe in the idea of physician heal thyself. So this I really means he is a great personality. He's a great psychiatrist and one of the famous student of Eric A. So this word line actually triggered me a lot. As a healer, we should always try to use our own tools in our life. The more efficiently we can use these tools, the more means fruitful the counseling session may come up. Means we can have that.
Want the talk,
Yes.
isn't it? See, that's why I said this comes even in sales also. I was telling in selling, if you want to sell a product, until unless you have bought that product for yourself, you cannot sell it.
Correct.
So we should have bought that. We should have the conviction in that particular product. We should have loved it. We should have used it. Then only out of conviction can go and then not tell others buy this. Simply without knowing, we cannot do that. Okay. Thank you very much.
When we experience, we have more depth of that.
Absolutely.
When we are experiencing it. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Padil, sir. Thank you, Sushmita, Kavita. Two Kavita. Is this Kavita Saranan and Kavita? The son Manju. Manju ma'am, thank you, everyone. And good night.
Sir. Thank you, others. Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.